All right. Hello, Knockouts. Tanya TKO here. And today I'm coming to you with a very, very, very disturbing story that I wanted to bring to your attention. I posted it on my Facebook page last night. And this story was just troubling me all throughout the day. So I wanted to come out and speak with you all about this live. We are going to be doing a live call-in show. And I'm going to be turning on the phone lines for you all to be able to discuss this as well. I'm going to read the story for you. We're going to discuss it. And I want to hear your take and your point of view because the story is just so disturbing. When I came across it, it had the title, Be Careful Who You Date or something like that. And I reposted it with the story. First, I Googled it to see if the story was real, and the story was very real. And I was stunned because I couldn't imagine that so many people could fail this little girl. So I am Tanya TKO. I'm a self-love specialist from tanyatko.com. I hope you learn how to love yourselves and one another. We use viral video topics on this channel to discuss loving yourself through relationships. And I have this book, the Book of Affirmation Self-Love, which is available on Amazon, which helps you rewrite your subconscious programming and reattune you to self-love. I am a certified clinical hypnotherapist and a life coach, and I work with you to change the world from the inside of you out. So let's talk about this story. Hello, everybody. Hello. If you're from my mailing list, put up the number 1 because I did send out a message to the people on the mailing list to be able to get over here first so that you could be able to get your comments read. Choco Cat says her book arrived today. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm going to give a shout out to the people who came over from the mailing list. So we got Choco Cat, I Am Serene, Lauren TV, welcome, welcome. We have Nisha. Oh, it's going so quickly. We got Sage, Ziomara, Irene, Alice, Nicola, Desiree. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all for coming over. Thank you all. Thank you. You know, when I ask you all to put your numbers up or do something, it's the first that get in that get the shout out live on air. All right. So are you all ready for this story? I'm disturbed. I'm disturbed. And yes, some of you are noticing that my set has updated. So you know what? Thank you all for all of your support, for the people who send the cash apps and for the people who buy the books and all of that. All of these upgrades are made, I won't say that they're made possible because of the contributions. However, it makes it feasible to be able to do the upgrades when there are people who support the show, because I could be the only person pouring in, pouring and pouring in. But if people are not interested in the show, then it doesn't seem like it would be a good investment. You know what I'm saying? I hope you understand what I'm saying. So I appreciate all of you who have just been rocking with me, who buy the book, who send the cash apps. There are ways that you can support the show. The people who contribute monthly doing a gold, silver, platinum membership. The people who are on my platinum membership line get to have a special phone number to get to the top of the list when we do open up the phone lines. So platinum members get to the top of the line using your special number. And so thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We are using a new camera. We have a new set. We have a new microphone, but I'm waiting for one more piece to get the microphone connected so that we can have some really great crisp audio. So that's what's coming next. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Right? Oh, look at Choco Cash. She says, you are definitely worth the support. You have the best content. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, let's jump into this that I'm just stunned. I'm stunned by what it is that I saw. All right. So here we go. Can you all see that right there? Okay, perfect. So this is the story right here. And this whole thing is just so disturbing. So this is the guy's picture. I posted this last night. So this is him right here and his baby girl. And I mean, just look, I mean, look at him. This is him right here. As you see his face, you see him holding the daughter. She's little, she's a tiny little girl. And this is him up close. We're gonna go to his mugshot. So that's him. All right, let's read this story, as disturbing as it may be. So I state this is murder, plain and simple. Poor baby. And it says, father, 27, is charged after refusing to break open window of hot car to save his 1-year-old daughter from dying because of the cost of the damage. A Las Vegas dad has been charged with child abuse leading to substantial bodily harm after his 1-year-old daughter was found dead in a hot car. Sidney Deal, 27, was arrested on Monday after refusing several efforts to free his daughter, Sayah, from the hot car where she was trapped for about an hour. Deal was booked at the Clark County Detention Center as being held on $20,000 bail. He didn't attend his initial hearing for medical reasons, so he says medical reasons. The Las Vegas man told police officers on the scene that he didn't want to break the car windows of his Nissan Altima because of the potential cost to the vehicle, according to the Daily Beast. Now, listen, this is where it starts getting very strange. His partner also called an insurance company who offered to send a tow truck, but Deal refused the request after a disagreement about the price, right? Police officers offered to call a locksmith, but Deal used the opportunity to speak on the phone with his brother instead. Deal reportedly told officers that Sayah had simply fallen asleep and that the air conditioner in the vehicle was on, according to KVVU TV. When officers were finally able to retrieve Sayah from the car, she was already dead, with police stating her body had gone into rigor mortis. Oh. Then someone says, my son was not negligent the way he handled it, Artavia Wilson said to KLAS in regards to her son, Deal. KTNV reports Deal told the police that he accidentally locked Sayah in the car after a fight with his girlfriend. The girlfriend told police he returned to her just a few minutes after leaving with Sayah. Additionally, Deal talked on the phone with his brother, Samid, who arrived and offered to punch in a window after wrapping his shirt around his knuckle. Deal reportedly prevented Samil. Listen, this is how I knew it was murder. Look, Deal reportedly prevented Samid from breaking the window, concerned that he wouldn't be able to afford to fix the car. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration notes there were 53 hot car deaths in 2018 and 52 hot car deaths in 2019. So far, there have been at least 23 children who have died of heat stroke in 2020. So I did a little bit more research on this. I did a little bit more research on this story, right? And when I did the research on the story, one of the other details that came out is that the police, from what it is that I saw in the report, the police saw her in the window, like through the window, gasping for air, sweating and profusely and unable to breathe. This is what I saw in another story. And that eventually they just went and broke the window, but by that time the girl was already dead. And another thing, the police were there on the scene and gave him the phone to call a locksmith, but he didn't call the locksmith. Instead, he got on the phone with his brother and was talking to his brother on the phone while his child is suffocating in the heat inside of the car. So to me, I mean, to you, well, what does this sound like to you? Does this sound like murder? What does this sound like, an accident to you? There were a lot of people on the scene that failed this girl. You know, I want to hear some of your points of views. I'm going to open up the phone line, but I wanted to read that story first. And I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted. I'm just disgusted. I'm disgusted. I don't even there was there were so many people there that failed this child. To me, it seems like he was stalling, just like the same way that Floyd had a knee on his neck for 9 minutes. That's not an accident at that point. The cost of his window, this is ridiculous. So if you think that this was an accident, put up the number 3. If you know that this was murder, put up the number 2. If you think that this was accidental, that he was really concerned about the cost of his window and that he didn't think, why did he tell the police that the AC was on? This was premeditated murder. Let me see the numbers coming in. So we got 222s. Okay. All right. So there's nobody out there that thinks that it's an accident. All right. Phone lines are going to be open. I'm about to open them right now. All right. Phone lines are open. 323-488-3149. The telephone number is inside of the telephone number is inside of the description of the video, but I'll place it over here as well. So it's 323-488-3149. So that's the number right there. Oh, I touched this. Comments are coming in so quickly. There's the number right there. I want to hear your point of view on this. Yes, exactly. Kidawi is saying it's a Nissan Altima. I mean, I'm saying, and it doesn't even matter how much the window costs. This is a child's life we're talking about. Hey, Miss Pink Secrets, welcome, welcome. Yeah, exactly. I want to hear your points of view. I want to hear from you because I can't believe what I read. Honestly, I really can't believe it. I'm disappointed. I'm stunned. I'm shocked. I'm aghast. It's a heartbreaking story because, it's like if you don't want a child, you can always leave. Once the child is in the world, like, listen, okay. All right. I'm going to bring you on the air. Just make sure that your volume is down low and that you're ready to go on the air. I'm going to take the first call right now. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Hi, Miss Tanya. My name is Ida.
Hi, Ida. So what is your comment this evening?
So I think I read this story yesterday, and then I watched a video of the mom today at the courthouse.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that video.
No.
Yeah, she was standing there saying, my son is responsible. He owns his own apartment, even though he's 27 years old. And I kept thinking, I'm like, this sounds like this whole thing was planned.
Wow.
In terms of the child. Because I feel like the child was dead before he put him in the car.
You think so?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, so you see, that's...
But he kept calling all these people, like, why you call it, like, even if I see a stranger's child in a car and it's heated, I'm going to break the glass, let alone my own blood.
Yeah, so you see, when I looked at the story, when I was doing some research, it said that the police could see her sweating and panting in there, something along those lines. And so I guess that's a detail that we need to let me search on let me search for this story. Oh, we just got a Cash App in. Dominique sent $10 and she says, "Love you." It's Dominique from YT Chat. Is this the same Dominique who was like, "No more babies, Dominique"? All right. So thank you, Dominique. I appreciate that. Was the child alive when the police got there? Did nobody break the window? They said that the child had rigor mortis, but it takes some time for rigor mortis to set in. So that's definitely a discrepancy right there. And you said that his mother, let's take a look at the mother. Where can we find a video of the mother?
Oh, I think I saw it on Facebook, but I just don't remember. You know, one of those videos that come, you click, you watch,
Yeah.
and it doesn't show up again.
Yeah.
The mom was and the sister were at the courthouse being interviewed, and the mom is like, I'm like, I would not even want to be out there and defending that, let alone, like, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want my image out there defending something like that, even if it
Yeah.
was an accident. But this doesn't look like an accident.
Yeah, it
Like
definitely does not.
who watches a kid sweat in a car?
Yeah, who's more
Like you
concerned
watch
about the
kids.
cost of a window, of a car
It's not.
window than the life of
I
your
bet it,
offspring?
and I bet insurance can even cover that window if you explain what happened.
Insurance
Because
doesn't
you would
cover
have a police
windows.
report.
They don't cover windows,
You would
from
have
what
a
I
police
know.
report. Yeah, it was. I was so disturbed. I was like, I kept thinking, I'm like, I thought it was, is this a prank? Like, you know what I mean? But I'm like, why would someone, that's sick. Yeah, to me personally, I think that child was dead when that man put that baby in that car seat in that car and purposely locked the Nissan because I think in the one of the articles it says the car is a self start button. You know, one of those self start buttons. The Nissan also one. I
Really?
have that car. I have that car, and that car doesn't lock. The key is in the car. The car would not lock. If you leave the key at the back of the boot, it pops open unless there's some kind of key
Wow.
fault that happens.
Really?
Yeah, the self-start cars, the key doesn't lock. The key doesn't lock inside the car. It pops. It's like you know, one of those annoying ones that goes
Yeah.
to
And then
the
also, if you're close
yeah,
enough, if you're close enough, so that's like when you have the key in your purse and you just open it.
yeah.
Wow,
That's
that's stunning. That's stunning. I'm disappointed to hear that. Yeah. So someone is saying that he killed the baby beforehand. Ugh, awful. Well, you know what? Thank you. We
I think
appreciate your
that
point of view. I want somebody to post the link to the video so that we can play it now because I have not seen the video, but I would love to check it out. So post the link. I think I can click on links from here. If not, I will find a way
yeah.
to click on the link. So thank you so much for calling in.
All right, thank you, Tanya. Good night.
Okay, good night. Wow, that's unbelievable. Yeah, so I need somebody to confirm, was she panting and sweating or was she already deceased when the police got there, because that makes a difference because there were so many people that failed this child. Oh. The man confessed. Hold on, I need to see this. Okay, I'm going to take the next call. I'm going to bring you on the air. Just make sure that your speakers are down and that you're ready to come live.
Okay.
You're on the air live. What's your name?
Kiala.
Hi, Kiala.
Yes.
Okay, so what is your comment regarding this?
Um, it's, I always tell people, women, you have to really be careful who you procreate with, okay? I just like a window is replaceable. That
Mm-hmm.
child's life is not. And for me, if I was the mother, you mean to tell me that my baby died in the car because you did not want to pay the fee to get the window replaced and it back tinted? We're talking about a $200 purchase. And that's why my baby is dead. Like I'm a little confused, and I'm even more confused that the officers didn't just break the window off the back if they said they seen the child breathing. Like whether she was breathing or panting or not, you would just thought that the officer just broke the window and called it what it was after. Somebody had to make the call to break this window, but the story just doesn't make sense to me. Like the baby died while the officers were standing there. Like
Yeah,
the story that
exactly.
mm-hmm.
That's what I wrote. That's what I read. I read that the baby died and the officers were on the scene. That's what I read. But they didn't want to go against his wishes and break the window. That's what I read. Is there somebody that's read something different? And then somebody said that they posted it on my wall. Let's see. So where did you post it on my wall? Because let's see. I want to see the link. Let me see. I don't even know
And
how to
it's
get to
tragic.
the wall.
It's tragic that this happened. Nobody wants to lose a loved one, especially a child. But this whole thing could have been avoided, and that's why the story itself sounds crazy. That's why it makes you feel like,
okay, I hear or I see these posts that they're saying that the baby was strangled before, but I don't believe that until the officers come out and say otherwise. Um, I haven't been keeping up with the case too much, but I haven't seen anything recently saying that the baby was strangled previously before being put in
Okay.
the car. But
Okay. Well, you know what? I want to see some links. There's some people who said that they posted some links. Tell me where the links are so that we can check those out right now. Thank you so much for calling in.
thank you.
All right. I don't think that there's anybody who believes. I mean, who? Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. So, okay. I cannot click links from here. All right, so it looks like this is posted in the comments of the Facebook page. So let's get onto the Facebook page and get this link. Give me 1 second. Let me just get onto the page, go to this live video, get into the comments, find that link, click on that, share the screen, then we can watch this together. Because I want to see this. I want to see the mother. We're talking about the mother of the man, right? Not the mother of the child. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to bring you on the air and we're going to take the next call. I'm going to bring you on the air in just a moment. Just make sure that your speakers are turned down low and that you're ready to come on live. So let's see. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find, let's see. I'm trying to find this link right now, but I don't see the links. I don't see any of the links and everything is going by so quickly. Ugh. I don't see the links. I see no links. If I click on this, let's see, it'll open up a new page. I'm sorry. I don't see the links that you all have put in. So let's see. How do we get into? I'm not seeing it. It's going by so quickly and it's only showing like 4 messages here. Can somebody email it to me? If you go to my website, tanyatko.com, and you click on contact, I can't open up Instagram mail from the computer. So I need to be able to access it from the computer since we're on the computer right now. So if you go to tanyatko.com and click on contact, you'll be able to send me a message from there, and then we'll be able to look at it. So we're going to take the next call. All right, you're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Hi there. Good evening, Tanya. My name is Shucks. Let me turn on this.
Your name is Shucks.
Oh. My name is Nina Blaze. I just wanted to turn down my speaker.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm getting a whole bunch of feedback. Sorry about that. Mm-hmm. Really quick, without taking up too much time, I just wanted to point out, I too am one of those people who do suspect foul play, and I'm going to tell you why. First of all, rigor mortis. It's my understanding that it doesn't set in until you're officially dead, right? So my thinking is, if this is an incident where the child is dead due to him leaving the child in the car, first of all, I don't know that anyone has mentioned what he was doing for all that time. That child had to have been in that car for several hours, if what he's saying is true, before the child even died. And then, in addition to that, it had to have been an extra 1 to 2 hours for rigor mortis to officially set in.
Yeah.
What I think happened is, and I'm going to get a little bit dark here. I don't want to offend anyone, but we already talked on this. I've heard you, Tanya, yourself speak on this problem in the Black community. We have a huge issue with abuse, child abuse. We have a huge issue with sexual child abuse, or just, kids getting beaten to the point of death. And what I suspect is happening, what source is telling me is happening on a spiritual level.
Yeah.
a lot of these kids are being abused behind closed doors. They're being beaten. They're being sexually abused. They're, heaven forbid, the R word may happen to them. And what happens is we want to cover it up, right? So we may do something like, I don't know, strangle the child and put them in a car on a hot summer day to make it look like an accident, right? Now, my suspicion is, because I'm looking, I read the article and I'm thinking to myself, like, everyone in here is an idiot. And these Mayberry built ass cops, you see a kid in the car, and you know how finicky, like, kids fuss for no reason anyway, right? And this is a 1-year-old child. So I'm thinking if the kid gets a little bit hot, like I have a nephew who's under a certain age, like, if anything, like a certain change in mood, like they're gonna fuss. So if this kid is hot enough, like, there's no way, this kid didn't fuss to the point where people who were walking past the car would have seen them, where cops walking past the car would have seen them.
Right.
So what I think is happening, what may have happened, the cop or somebody may have walked past the car and seen the kid passed out already. And then it would have been a cause for alarm. And then what he did is told them, oh, the kid's just asleep. The kid is fine. They just sleep. The AC's on. Right? And then one of the cops like, let's make sure. Let's just get in. Oh, I don't have my key. I think I may have locked it in the car.
Well,
we could bust the window. We could bust the windshield. Oh, well, I just got this car. It's too expensive. Listen, I don't want to speculate no more. Like I mentioned, I'm waiting for an autopsy. I'm waiting for the autopsy.
Gotcha.
Because that's like, people like him, and I think someone in the comments mentioned, we're not too bright. Certain people are not too bright. So you forget that autopsy is gonna reveal all, right?
Right.
So, and I've been to Vegas before, so I can't imagine it being that hot unless you had that kid in that car for hours upon hours upon hours. And again,
what you talking about? Vegas is hot.
Vegas is hot. Vegas is hot. But that hot to the point where they said she was in there, they found her after an hour. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it.
Well, but
in an air-conditioned car.
Yeah, but I don't think the car was air conditioned. I think, like you said, the car was off, or the car could have even been running, but the AC wasn't on. But Vegas is hot, and when it's closed up, the car feels even hotter.
Jesus Christ! But you know this because you live in Vegas. I'm talking about the man, not you. I'm talking about him. So you know this, and like it's from start to end. The minute I saw the story, I'm like, something seems fishy.
Yeah,
something seems fishy, and I'm gonna tell you what, and I'm gonna leave y'all with this. I don't believe he acted alone, because the way Shorty, the mother of the child, reacted, supposedly, like, oh well, the kid's locked in the car, but. Oh, and she calls the insurance company, and you just tell her, oh, well, it's too much money, so just hang up. And you hang up. And again, this is supposedly a hot day. Something does not seem right. I would not be surprised if he did not act alone. And another thing I want to say, it's really weird to me. It's really frustrating to me that whenever men get into these incidents, I'm not saying that men, are just, they shouldn't have the love of women in their family or the support, but we always come to the rescue. Every time I see a guy in the news for something messed up, the mother is out there on the front line, the auntie, the sister, everything. And it's weird because the mother wasn't even on the scene when it happened, but she's there to vouch for him. On the other hand, when our daughters get into trouble, they're on their own. That's it. That's all I got. All right.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, Tanya. Thank you for the show. I enjoy it. Thank you for your insight. Beautiful, beautiful show. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I want to give a shout out to Morjorian, who sent $30 and says, this gift is for that cute background with a heart. Thank you so much. Thank you for the $30 Cash App. I appreciate that. It definitely really does. It brightens my day. It comes in handy. It makes me feel like investing more in the show, investing time in the show, creating more programming for you all, especially during these pandemic times. So thank you. Thank you for helping me help you love yourself through my content. So thank you. Thank you. All right. So phone lines are open. I want to hear from the next caller. Just the whole thing is just bizarre. I'm waiting for an email from somebody who has the link. All right. So here's a few different emails. Let's see. Oh, Toby is saying apparently there had been 5 allegations of abuse between July 2019 and June 2020. Oh, let's jump into email and see what it is that let's see what we are coming upon here, because that sounds very interesting. Let's see. Give me just one moment. Let me just get inside of the email, get the link, and then we'll read that together, because this is my first time taking a look at it too. I just finished watching American Murder Next Door. There's a lot of sick people out here. This father who killed his wife and his 2 children because he met another woman and wanted to start afresh. And I'm like, whatever happened to just leaving? It's like, if you don't want to be there, just go. But what makes you think that you have the right to take somebody's life because you don't want to be with them anymore? You know what I mean? It's just bizarre. Bizarre. Give me 1 second. And then give me 1 second. Oh gosh. I'm trying to. All right. I'm not going to be able to get into. I got to open up a new browser. I'm going to grab the next caller. Sorry. All right. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Hey, my name is Nadira.
Hi. So what is your comment this evening?
I feel like it's a lot of crazy things in this story. First of all, starting off of the first young lady who came in and spoke, not only is it a lot of child abuse just in the Black community, it's in the world, period.
Mm-hmm.
You got kids raising kids. As for this, you can tell this is a child because his recent post, he put up of him making a job $18 an hour and a new car. He told the police he didn't want to break the window because he couldn't afford to get it fixed. The police had to call his brother and get more permission. So evidently the car wasn't even in his name. He told the police, as they stated, the air was on. She was just in there asleep. When they got the baby out, the air was not on. Everyone messed up in this baby's life. They did not take the initiative to even care about this child.
Right.
When the father put the child in the car, he was arguing with his girlfriend. He left the child in the car, he read the notes, and he went back in there because that's what the girlfriend said, then came back out. He's not even man enough to take care of himself if you look at his post. So how can he take care of a child?
Wow.
First of all, I feel like it should have been more of a, where is the mother in all of this? Because I see the girlfriend statement. I don't see too much of the mother in it, saying how he acts as a father. I don't see him as much on Facebook crying because he's going through this, so he's losing his daughter. He has his family members, his sisters posted, advising that AC was on. But when they took the baby out, she was already going through rigor mortis. It doesn't make sense. Everyone failed this baby.
But I'm confused as to what you're expecting from the mother right now at this point. What are you expecting?
I don't expect too much from someone who, they seems as if, like, I'm a mama, not self-saving. So from the day I had my child, I worry about his every step. some parents doesn't have that motherly instinct in them. And I'm not saying she doesn't because I don't know this woman.
Okay.
But if you see this man making all of these posts about your child, you see exactly what's going on. There's no one stepping out speaking on this child's behalf. Everyone else.
What post was he making about the child? What post was he making about the child?
If you look into it, under his comments, he deleted some. And they went ahead and took some screenshots. He was replying back to some of those comments. His sister even was replying back to some of those comments.
Okay.
It's a lot that everyone is not seeing. Instead of saying, well, I'm grieving, I'm mourning, giving you a chance to deal with this, it was more of a show to me. After your daughter died, or she was sitting in the car and died, you post up now you're making a job for $18 an hour. You post up you got a new car.
After the death? No, I didn't see all of that.
Yes, that's supposed to have America going crazy. He put that up.
Wow. No, I didn't see that.
That was all over the place. And I'm going to go ahead and email that to you really quick because that's what got me hot. Because me as being a mother, I'm like, hold up. You worried about a new car, $18 an hour, my daughter go? That's how I feel.
Wow.
So I apologize. I'm a little urban with it because I'm thinking about this poor baby. I'm not trying to investigate and worry about what they were doing. This girl died and didn't get to live her whole life.
Yeah.
That's what I feel.
Okay. Well, you know what? I got some of these links up that we're going to take a look at. So thank you. I appreciate you coming through. Thank you.
You're welcome, baby. You're doing a good job. Keep it up.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, this is a lot. I'm gonna open up this post. We're gonna read this together because somebody sent me a link. Thank you to the people who have sent me the link on my website. Let me grab this call real quick. Okay, you're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
My name is Ashlyn.
Hi, Ashlyn. So talk to us. What is your comment?
Hi, Tanya. So my comment is that I definitely agree with the majority of the callers that called in. But I did want to, because I read another story. I actually read two different stories.
Mm-hmm.
And I've also seen all of the posts that your previous callers are referring to. So I just wanted to give a little insight to the other side of the story that everybody is telling.
Okay.
So apparently he was a single father. The child is not, so the girlfriend that they're referring to that was arguing or whatever, that's not her child. Apparently he and the child had been staying with her. It wasn't his child. Her child. And that pretty much she had kicked him out that day. And that's when he goes to put the baby in the car. I do believe that there was foul play put in because just being honest, like who leaves a 1-year-old in a car that's locked and you don't want to you don't want to break out the window,
right?
Of a Nissan. And when you look at this Nissan, it's not the newest version Nissan. It's not a 2019 or higher. It's a little less than that. And this is a newer car that he just got, but it's not even a new car. It's a used car. So the window could definitely be broken out. Just in my opinion, it was definitely foul play because also the news reports that I read said that the baby was only in the car for 60 minutes. Like one of your previous callers says, rigor mortis sets up in about an hour or two after the person is deceased.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't make sense that the baby was in the car for an hour and rigor mortis had already set up when she got out of the car. I mean, she was never alive that entire time the police had been there.
Okay.
So that to me just says, that's shooting out red flags. This whole story does not make any sense at all.
Okay. This is weird. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm going to start playing some of these links and maybe we can start putting some of the pieces together and making sense of this. Thank you so much for calling in.
Absolutely. I love you, Tanya. I hope y'all have a good one.
Thank you. I love you too.
Bye.
All right. All right. So let's take a look at some of these links. Let me read some of these comments. Wow. This is crazy. All of this is crazy. All right. So let's all right, so I'm going to open up the screen share for us, and we are going to take a look at some of these posts. So we're going to read. So this post is from Sid Nera Deal, which I suppose is his sister. And she says, so she has a picture up of him and the little girl, and then there's a bunch of people commenting. So she says, before you say stuff, know the story, 100. My brother, YF Jers, loves the hell out of his daughter, who he had full custody of. Come on. All right. Who he had full custody of. He was a single dad raising his child by himself. He thinking his baby girl was good because the car was started and the air was on and a locksmith was on the way. When he flagged down the police, the first responders, it's on the body cam. They said, oh, okay, the air on, she good, and the locksmith was on the way. They didn't even break the window because she was awake. It's all on the body cam, 100. I'm not about to let you guys defame my brother as a good young dad raising his child. He had my niece for this long, no problems. He loved the hell out of his daughter. And I know he in there going through it, thinking about his only baby girl. Y'all don't think this ish hurt him. He wouldn't have flagged down the police if he had ill intentions for his baby. Like, we all hurt some stuff could have been different in all our eyes as well. If you know my brother, you know he loved his daughter. Everywhere he was at, she was right with him, 100. We know bro real heart. And then she's tagging some people. We love you, bro. I know this a different type of hurt. You lost your baby girl. RIH, which is rest in heaven, Sayah. We love you, baby. Auntie love you. Oh my gracious. All right. That right there, all right, so so we have some more context there. So we read the statement from his sister. What are your thoughts? Does this sway you any? Does this make you feel like maybe there was an honest mistake made? Where's the body cam footage? She's saying that it's on the body cam footage, but you know, you got to subpoena body cam footage and it comes out way after the fact. So, I mean, we're going to take the next call. Make sure that your speakers are down and that you're talking to me through the phone. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
CC.
Hi, Cece or EC?
Oh, no, CC. Hey, Tanya.
Hi, Cece. So, did you hear the statement from the sister?
Yes, and no, it does not change the fact. Even if the air conditioner was on, let's say it was on, why didn't the police bust the windows? Like, I'm still confused. Like, I still don't understand. I have a 5-month-old right now, and no. We breaking windows, cars, doors, everything. Like, I'm confused.
Yeah, the thing about it is, the thing that's very strange to me about the whole situation is, let's say the child is inside the car, right? Let's say the AC is on. So the baby is 1 year old, right? let's say the AC is on. You can see your child in there. If it's hot, that baby's going to be squirming. That baby's going to be crying. Would you leave your child crying in an AC car, even with the AC on, separated from you, in distress, crying? Would you do that? Unless the child just from the heat fell
I wouldn't leave
asleep.
my baby in a car unattended. That's a whole other story. But let alone air conditioner or whatever. Like, that's crazy. Like, the story is absurd. Even them police telling them, okay, yeah, we waiting because the locksmith on the way. Like, who waits? It's still a baby in the car. Like, why would you wait for a locksmith?
Yeah, and so unless the child was sleeping, and then
I'm still not waiting. I don't care. It don't matter what circumstance. Just not leave a child in a car. That's the whole point. Like, I can't believe the police allow that to happen. Like, to wait. Like, I don't. That's what I'm confused. Is the law different in Vegas?
yeah. All right, so you're not buying it. You're not buying it.
No, I am not buying it. And lastly, I just want to say thank you for your channel and everything. And I just bought your book, so I have it.
Yay, you have the
Amazon. I just got it 2 days ago, so yeah.
Oh, so which affirmations have you done so far?
I haven't, because I work like crazy. I work 12 hours, but my favorite page is the exercising thing, because I'm trying to lose weight. So the page where you meditate and everything, I like that so much.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, well, you know what? Start doing the pages.
Yeah,
do them tonight.
I'll keep you updated once I get to everything. I'm off today and tomorrow, so.
Okay, because I was about to say, because you're on this broadcast, but you don't got time to write some affirmations, but you said you're off. Okay.
I work 12 hours, but today I'm off. So.
Okay. Got you. Okay. All right. Well, you know what? Thank you.
For everything.
And remember, get back in touch with me and let me know what changes happen in your life. Make sure you leave a review on Amazon as well. Okay?
Okay, I will. I will let you know.
All
this
right.
week.
All right. All right, cool. All right. Bye-bye. Yeah, so she says she's not buying it. I'm confused myself. So let's go to the next page. So there's another page that someone sent me. All right, we're going to refresh this. And then we're going to get this page up. I'm confused. All right. So let's see if we could get this played. There's a video here. So let's see. Okay, let's see what this is gonna say. And it's still taking some time to load. So let's come back to, okay, here it is.
Month-old Sayah Deal, her father, who's facing child abuse charges.
Hold on, let's start that again.
New developments in the tragic death of 22-month-old Sayah Deal. Her father, who's facing child abuse charges in her death, has posted bond after a court hearing Thursday morning.
Sir, you need to stay out of trouble during this time when you're out of custody. I promise you, any reports from house arrest or anything is in it. When you're back in custody, you understand?
Yes.
27-year-old Sydney Deal got a stern warning from the judge as he posted the $20,000 bond to be released from jail. On Monday, October 5th, around 3:30 p.m., police were called to 1719 H Street, where the report said Deal rejected their offers to break the window or call a tow truck or locksmith and said he just needed to call his brother. A police spokesperson said Tuesday evening that officers waited to break the window because Deal was adamant about protecting the car and they could see the child breathing. But at some point, the vehicle turned off, leaving the child in a hot car, as neighbors described it taking more than an hour and a half before the window was busted and the child's body was removed. Sydney is expected back in court at 10 a.m. December 3rd.
Wait a doggone minute. What? Hold on. What? I'm sorry, what? Did you all hear this mess? So, see, this is what I'm saying. I told you all I read a different page that said that the police said they saw her breathing in there. but an hour and a half, sometime along the way, the car got turned off? What in the HE double hockey sticks is going on here? I'm very confused. I need somebody to help me understand. I need someone to help me understand. The car somehow turned off. Maybe he ran out of gas, but why? I'm so confused. None of this makes sense. The police left the scene. Did they stay on the scene? I'm confused. Oh, okay. There's another page. Let's take a look at the next page that we have. Let's take a look at the next page that we have, because this is getting more and more bizarre and disturbing. Let's see. Here we go. Give me 1 second. We're not taking any calls right now. Oh.
SVU with Metro said what happened here today is tragic. Just within the last 40 minutes, they started taking down some of the crime tape, and most of the officers have cleared out. But there is still a lot to figure out here. Police told me a girl nearly 2 years old was locked inside a running car. When her father noticed, police said he flagged down an officer who just happened to be driving by. The officer said the father had made a few calls for a tow and to a friend and was trying to unlock the car with a hanger. The officer called for medical help and ended up smashing the window, but unfortunately paramedics were not able to save the little girl. I asked police how long she was in the car, but they're still figuring out the timeline. Police also said the AC was running, but from what they know now, it looks like she died from being in a hot car.
This wasn't the hottest day. We're coming off the 100 and 110 degree heat, but still, I believe it was like upper 90s, 96 degrees. That is still too hot to have a kid unattended in a vehicle. So absolutely needs to be a sense of urgency and needs to be immediately rectified and pulled out of a vehicle. Absolutely.
And Lieutenant Blenda, who you just heard from there, told me the father is at Metro headquarters right now waiting to be interviewed by detectives. John and Jacqueline?
Kyla, the whole situation, heartbreaking. As you mentioned, there's so many unknowns, even what the family was doing in the area. But have police said anything tonight about any possible charges?
Well, they're still waiting to talk to the father. He is at Metro headquarters waiting to be interviewed by detectives. Police did tell us they are treating this case as an abuse and neglect case, so it's possible there could be some abuse or neglect charges. But as of right now, no one has been charged.
Oh. All right. So, talk to us.
Hi, Tanya. It's Tiffany.
Hi, Tiffany. So what are your thoughts?
I have a few thoughts. My first thought is that the child had to have been left in a car for over an hour. I feel like, oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear? Hello?
Yes, talk to me through the phone.
Oh. Yes, can you hear me now?
Yes, I'm going to put you on mute if you're not talking to me through the phone.
I talking to you through the phone. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm responding to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. I was saying that I feel like the child was left in the car for over an hour. I feel like he's just saying that because he doesn't want to admit that he put the kid in the car and went to go back and fight and argue with his girlfriend. And they don't want to admit that that child was dead in the car. Maybe the child was alive and the kid was in the car and it was over an hour, because it makes no sense. And I also feel like the police are covering it up. They know damn well they did not check on the child to make sure they're breathing or anything. They looked at the dad. They took his word for it.
Okay. I mean, according to the news reports that we just heard, the police say that the child was in the car was on, and the child was breathing.
Yeah, but that's what the first time the cops can say whatever they want and get away with it. Where's the real proof that that's what happened?
Okay, so you want to wait for the body cam footage.
Yeah, because I feel like they might have said all that they said, but I don't really see the cops looking in and saying, "Oh wow, she's breathing." Because if it was that hot for the child to be going through rigor mortis in an hour, it would have to be triple the heat in the car than it is outside the car. Because the only how you can be in that much rigor mortis over an hour is if it's like double the heat. Your body goes through rigor mortis quicker when it's hotter, but damn, that's fast.
So people are asking, when do the police cover Ish up for a black man? There are other people who just don't
They're
believe.
not covering it up for a black man.
Okay, so
They're covering it up for a child.
What do you mean?
I feel like when it comes to a black man, especially with the things that are going on right now with the police, that they know that they'll be persecuted for a child. No one cares about a black man, but everyone cares about children.
So who are they covering it up for?
For themselves. I feel like if the cops would have admitted to not, checking on the child properly, then they would have put it all on the father like it should be.
Okay. All right.
But when you're messing up and you're not doing your job, you gotta have to cover your tracks a little bit.
So you think that the police came, the child was not responsive, the child was asleep or unresponsive, and that they lied on the report and says that the child was breathing because they never stopped to check on the child or they never really investigated. So they're covering their own tracks.
Yes, I feel that way because if you are any person with any kind of high school education, which you have to have in order to be a police officer, you would know that you can't tell someone that's sleeping to someone that's passed out to someone that is sick. All you see is a child in a car seat and you just believe that the kid is okay. You're a cop. What the hell? You just believe what the person tells you? You don't do your own investigation?
I'm confused.
I would have to break the window to get in to see if the child is okay.
I'm confused too. So do you believe the police stopped or not?
I believe that, I believe two things. I believe if the police did stop, they did not do their due diligence to make sure the child was breathing.
Okay. All right.
Or they didn't stop at all. But I feel like they never took the time to see if she was alive or not.
Got you. They just saw her sleeping in there with the car running, and then they believed that the AC was on. But he flagged, they say that he flagged the police down. So he flagged the police.
Of course, wouldn't you? You just committed a crime and you need help because now the kid been in the car. Now you know she's dead. What you gonna do? Keep her in the car? You gotta call the cops. Now you gotta be innocent. You gotta cover your tracks. Look how many people cross these road codes knowing damn well they molested some kids. Oh, I want to prove my innocence. People always want to call themselves out because they think if I do this, I'll look innocent. No, you look dumb.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for giving your point of view.
Thanks, Tanya. Love you.
Love you too. Bye-bye. All right. So if you want to send me the links, you have to email me the links because I need to be able to pull the links up on the computer and I'm not able to pull them up here. So I'm not able to pull them up through the chat because we're broadcasting on several pages through an interface. And inside of the interface, I'm not able to click links. So I need you to email me. I need you to go to my website, tanyatko.com, and I need you to click on contact and send me the links that way because you all said that you have video footage of the father of the child, his mother coming out to defend him. So you're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
This is Annette.
Hi, Annette. I need you to turn your speakers down in the background.
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me? I'm sorry. I turned my TV on.
Okay, that's cool. So go ahead.
I'm on my phone.
Okay, just talk to me through the phone. So what's your comment?
That video that you just played, I sent it. If you scroll down, you'll see the video where his mother is talking right underneath it.
Really? Okay, yes, so let me go back to my email and hold on. So, okay, the email from Annette. So you're saying
Yes.
that the link is, oh, okay. So wait, I don't see another, I don't see another, I only see one link in this email.
Yes, ma'am. When you go back, pull that link up, and you know how you watch that video. Go scroll down inside of there, and underneath there is another video, and his mother does talk.
Okay, hold on. Let me copy the link and then open it in a new browser. Oh, I see that. All right, so let's pull that up. So stay on the line. I'm gonna put you on mute and then I'm gonna come back to you after we play this video. Okay, just a moment.
All right, thank you.
Actually, put yourself on mute because I need the volume to be able to play for the video, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, so we're going to take a look at this video from the mother. All right, so let's see what we have here.
Running a campaign takes a lot of work.
I'm not about that life right there. So we're gonna wait till we can skip this ad, and then we'll bring the volume back. Okay.
Yeah, the young toddler has been identified as Sayah Deal. She was just 22 months old, and new details in an arrest report reveal police say that the father was more concerned about preventing damage to his windshield than he was about actually saving his daughter. His family, meanwhile, giving a very different story. But go ahead and take a look at your screen. This is 27-year-old Sydney Deal. Now, we did talk with his mother, who has been defending him. So, she told us that Deal was leaving his girlfriend's home with Sayah in the back seat, but went back inside to grab his cell phone. Deal was locked out of the car, but told family that the AC was running. His family claims that Sayah did not show signs of distress and that Deal had called a locksmith of the tow truck. Deal later flagged down a patrol car, and it was an officer who ended up smashing his window. New details from the arrest report say that the police officer and Deal's brother wanted to break the windshield, but the Deal would not allow it because the vehicle was new. Deal's family, meanwhile, has been defending him, saying that he genuinely believed that the AC was on.
I raised him. He's a man. He's not the average young man out here. He's an African American. But my baby is a grown man. And you take care of his children. He worked for Alert Security. And I'm going to make sure he had character letters. My son is not what they trying to make him out to be.
Meanwhile, authorities say that Sayah's injuries are consistent with a high heat environment that exceeded over 60 minutes, but her official cause of death is not public just yet. Meanwhile, Deal's bail was set to $20,000, and if he's able to make that, he will be placed under house arrest. He has been charged with felony abuse and neglect, but the state says that there could be more charges to come. Reporting live, Cassie Molnaric, Fox 5 News, local Las Vegas.
Oh, Lord. Okay, Annette. Oh, sorry. Oh, gosh. Oh, Lord.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so talk to us. What are your thoughts?
Well, personally, I believe that he killed the baby and then he put her in the car, and I'm reading all the comments and, like I said, that's the one time the cops show up and they would listen to someone that time, but it's still not their fault. He's responsible for that child. He's the single parent, and then his mother, when she said she was a doctor, I don't know about all of that, but his mother is on there defending him, which, hey, Jeffrey Dahmer's stepmom defended him, so I guess I wouldn't expect anything any less, but they know that he's wrong. They know that he's guilty. I don't care what they say. I believe he harmed the child, and he tried to cover it up this way. And that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to make sure you saw the video.
Okay, so I see it. He's a man. What does being a man have to do with what's going on? A man is an adult human male. What does that have to do? That's just bizarre right there. That's bizarre. I don't know
and
what
when
is.
she says the thing about his age and, him being a man and him doing this and doing that, those are things that men are supposed to do. That's that giving them, that's that patting them on the back for just waking up and breathing. unnecessary. I'm like, he's supposed to have a job. He's supposed to have a car. He's supposed to pay his bills and take care of his child. That wasn't even how was that even defensive as far as him being a good father? The stuff he was doing was just what anybody does. So I believe she knows he's guilty, but she's gonna back her baby, I guess.
Yeah, but the thing, okay, so you said that that it wasn't the cops' responsibility. I'm sorry, what?
No, when they got there, it's their responsibility to break the glass. But what I'm saying is, initially, when we're trying to put the blame initially on the cops, the initial blame falls on the father.
Listen, I'm placing blame equally because everybody in that situation failed that baby.
Yes. And that's true. And that's why I was saying about Black women, and girls. Least, the saying, as we all know, least protected, most disrespected. And then with the grandmother getting up there and not even basically, she's defending the killer or whatever and not her grandchild, we're the demise of ourselves. Black women standing up for what's wrong. That's part of the problem too.
Yeah, but I'm confused though. I'm confused. So how do you think the mother should respond in this situation? Do you think she should just keep quiet, or do you think she should go out there and start bashing him too?
I don't think she should bash him because she's his mother, but I don't think that I would be on TV saying that this is the problem. People know their children. A lot of times when their kid goes to school and he shoots the school up, and the parents are, but little Johnny was killing rabbits and dogs, wounding the family pet at the house. You knew little Johnny was off. So to me, he needed more help with that child. And and it also makes me wonder what was going on with the mother that he would be the one to get full custody. So that poor baby in that short lifespan sounds like she went through a lot.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, I feel you on that. All right, well, thank you so much for calling in.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Have a good one.
Okay. Wow. Listen. So let me read Kathy. Kathy says, air conditioned, beautiful weather, windows down, doesn't matter. It's against the law to leave a child in a car unattended. The dad should have been, hold on, let me grab the next call. I'm going to come to you in just a moment. Just make sure your speakers are down and that you're ready to go on the air. All right. So she said the dad should have been put under arrest, and regardless of what he did or did not want done to his car, the police should have done their job and got the child out ASAP. Listen, I feel that wholeheartedly. And Taylor says she should be crying about her grandchild, not her son. I don't know what is going on in this whole situation. When she started screaming, he a man, I didn't know what was happening because I thought that was some irrelevant information. And Cynthia again is saying it's impossible to lock a key inside of a Nissan. They're saying it was an older Nissan. So, listen, Sean is saying they need to perform a full autopsy. I don't know what's happening. This whole situation is crazy. Everything about this is crazy. Patrice is saying he didn't want that child. He probably tired of the responsibility of being a father and wanted out. I don't know. I do not know. All right. So somebody else has sent a link. Let's see. Oh, give me just 1 second. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name? Hi, you're on the air. What's your name? If you're on mute, you have to take yourself off of mute because I can't hear you. I'm sorry. We're going to have to take the next call. Try calling back in, okay? Because we're not getting any volume from you. All right. So phone lines are open. I'm going to take a few more phone calls and then we're going to jump out of here because I don't feel like there's a resolution for us tonight. Not on this. I don't feel like there's a resolution because what is the resolution? What's the resolution? Don't know how true this is, but someone posted in another group that he strangled her and it was a cover up. No, nobody knows that. We can't. Nobody knows that. We need to wait for the autopsy before we start doing that, because the moment that you put it out there, somebody's going to be like, oh, well, I heard somewhere. And then next thing you know, there's no source for the information. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Joel.
Your name is Joe or Joel?
George.
George. Okay. Hi, George. So what's your comment?
That man failed as a father, period.
Mm-hmm.
I know you want to spread the blame equally, but the way I'm looking at it, it's about 90, 5-5 for me. That man with a 1-year-old, his first, it's all over. The story sounds crazy. I got an Altima. There's no way I can lock my keys inside my Altima. My car wasn't locked. If my keys is inside the car.
What year is your Altima?
2014.
Do you know what year what year was his car, and what year did Altima start doing that? Because that's important information right there.
I don't know, maybe the 13, but I know mine's the 14, and mine that's a feature. If my keys is inside and I try to close my door, it will unlock and it will make a beeping noise for me to let me know my keys is inside. And the baby 1 year old, like I don't know no parent who leaves a 1-year-old in the car. I think what happened, I think he might have left his phone. You know what I'm saying? He probably got back in the house, argued with old girl, forgot his baby girl in the car. The car probably cut off, and like that, Ed probably did something like that. But that's no, man. The family's crazy. The sister's crazy. The mama crazy. Anybody that tries to defend him and make sense of it, I'm not trying to hear it. That man failed his daughter as a man, as a father, as whatever. Your first instinct is to protect your child, no matter what the situation is. He could have easily took that little girl out the car. He could have easily sucked up the $200. If he could make $20,000 bond, he could have fixed that window. Like, I just feel bad for the little girl. I ain't really trying to hit the police. I ain't trying to hit nobody else. That man failed that little girl. No, and that's what it is. Like that's crazy. And I hope I catch him in the street, because like you can't. That's crazy. I'm tired of black babies period, dying over stupid stuff, like over stuff that's stuff that could have been handled differently. Like I'm trying not to cuss, but trying to be like diplomatic about it. But like that's crazy to me. Like stories like this is crazy, and it makes us look bad as human beings. Period. Yeah. And that's all I wanted to say. That's all I wanted to say. Like that's a little girl. Like a father's instinct is to protect his daughter. Like we like I'm a superhero to my little girl. And there's no way I should put a 1-year-old in a car by themselves. Like when does that? Why do that? Like I never met someone who leaves a 1-year-old in a car. Like that don't make sense. That's not mentally, like that shouldn't make sense. For him to be a single father and blah blah blah, like you left a little girl and like even let's just say this. Let's just say he left his keys inside the car, went upstairs. Now what if someone breaks in the car, still the car? Now you got a whole little girl and don't nobody know what's going on because he left the keys in the car. But man, I ain't gonna waste your time. I ain't gonna wrap you up. That's all I wanted to say. And keep doing your thing. Yeah.
I mean, you made a good point where you were like, if he could make $20,000 bond, he could have gotten the money for the new window. I mean, but you know, there's a difference between emergency money and like, I don't know. So like, see, some people's parents will give them money if it's an emergency, but if it's just maintenance stuff, I don't know. I'm trying to make sense of this myself, and it's just I can't see how. I can't see. I don't know. But that's a good point. If he got $20,000 for bond, somebody he know has some sort of money. His brother was on the scene. It was just a failure, so all the way around. But do you think that the child was alive in that car?
I can't even answer that. I wasn't there. I'm just going by off what's being, you know what I'm saying, what's getting fed to me, and I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to make something out of nothing. If she was, I don't know. And plus, you know, in that type of car, like in an Ultima, it can be, let's say 90, 95 degrees outside, and the car's like 100.
Yeah. And Cynthia G says that the key thing started in 2007. So do we know the year of his car? Do we know whether or not that feature was working on his car if he bought it used? I mean, I don't know. But you're right. We can only go off of what it is that's being reported. So I don't even know. Thank you so much for calling in.
Yeah, anytime.
Yeah, so this is a tough one here. This is a tough one. This is a tough one because so there was a person named Cynthia G that says that it started in 2007. Someone else is saying it may have started in 2014. So I guess we don't have consensus information on that, or consensus on that information. He said he thought the car air was on. Yeah, but the thing is that a child is not going to be in an uncomfortable situation. I mean, so the child, they say, is 22 months old. So that's almost 2 years old. So at 2, the child can say some words. The child is alert and aware. And if the child is experiencing heat, they're going to be like, they're going to be expressing dissatisfaction at the situation. The whole thing is just bizarre. They're saying at some point the air went off, and it's a weird situation. It's a weird situation. All right. So Mal Luz is saying van locks from the inside. If the child was in the car and locked herself in accidentally, it'd be locked. I leave the back air vent windows always open for that, but our place is 105 degrees hot at its worst in summer right now, high 90s. I'm calling out the wrong names. Well, listen, whoever was in the comments named Cynthia, I put her comment up. You can scroll back and see that. And so Renee is saying, my daughter yelled murder when she got hot, when she was small. Listen, I'm telling you, what child at almost 2 years old is going to be sitting there and just, this is what I'm saying, something is not adding up. And Dominique says, my 2-year-old would scream and not stop for nothing. So that's the thing. If the child was uncomfortable, the child would let it be known that the child was uncomfortable. Something is going on. And so Tammy is saying, I have a 2012 Nissan and it came with a key fob. All right. So listen, 2007, one person named Cynthia says, I don't know. And so Brooklyn is saying Nissan Altima push start started in 2007. So that's the second person that we said that says it started in 2007. So listen, I hear people mentioning, this father's race. I personally feel like this issue transcends race. That's how I feel. I feel that there's a lot of, this is called infanticide, right? And there are a lot of people, most of the people who commit infanticide are men. I was just watching this it could be considered a documentary called The Murderer Next Door, I believe it was called, American Murder. And it's the story of that woman, what was her name? The woman with the 2 little girls and the husband. I don't want to give away the ending of it, but it was just a horrifying story. But in the end of it scrolled some stats about the amount of women and children that are killed each year by men. The majority of these cases are involving men. If you think about the murder-suicides that we hear about on the news, there's something toxic in the buttermilk. Something ain't right. Something is toxic in the ways that we are. I don't know. Something is not right in our societies. Just murder is sick. Infanticide is sick. Women being murdered each day by men is sick. It's just sick, just pure sickness out here. Listen, I'm going to jump off of this broadcast. I'm going to read a few more comments and then I'm going to jump out of here. I am so fatigued today. Mercury's in retrograde. I'm feeling it. I've been tired all day. I'm looking beat because I feel beat. All right. So Renee is saying the end had me shook and fine with staying a single mom forever. I mean, this is what people are saying. It's like, if you don't want to be there, just go. But to think that you have the right to take other people's lives, it's sick. And Brooklyn is saying he probably started it, but after 10 minutes, it turned off if you don't manually start the car. Oh, can you not re-push start it again? Can you not just continue to do it over and over? Did you hear from the mom had the nerve to say he does security? That made him look even more bad. No, you know what? The clip that we saw from the mother did not mention that he did security. Not that I remember, because she was hollering. I mean, we could play that part again, just for GP. Let's play that part again. Let me get it queued up for you all, because that was some straight foolishness right there. Some straight foolishness. Let me skip the ad so that you all don't have to see them. And let me get it queued up to the mother's part. And then we'll play that again and see if she said anything about him and security. Because here we go. Hold on. Let's get this queued. Hold on. This is too much. All right. Hold on. I'm about to bring it on now. Why are you not stopping? I think we're just going to have to let it play because I'm not seeing the pause button. It's not giving me the option to pause. Ugh. We'll cue it up. I'll bring it back over. So let's get the screen on and get this volume up. Here we go.
I raised him. He's a man. He's not the average young man out here. He's an African American. But my baby is a grown man. And he take care of his children. He worked for emergency security. And I'm going to make sure he had character letters. My son is not what they trying to make him out to be.
Oh, okay. So we did hear that. She said he worked for security and that she's going to bring some character letters because he's a man. He may be African American, but he not like, and then she said children. So he has more than one child. Listen, I don't know what is going on. So why is him working for security make it extra bad? Because he can't secure his own child? I don't know what's going on. This story is even more fatiguing. I'm sorry, I'm fatigued. Listen, thank you all for coming out. I appreciate if you come to this broadcast after we're on, make sure that you leave your comments below and tell us what you think about this whole horrifying situation. The situation is just crazy, ridiculous. This is my book right here, the Book of Affirmation, Self-Love. It is an amazing, powerful, fully color, illustrated book where there are areas there for you to write out your affirmations, and it rewrites your subconscious programming. I am a certified clinical hypnotherapist, and I wrote this book to help you rewire and reattune yourself for self-love so that you can attract into your life the things that you want: good health, money, abundance, the love that you need, the love that you'd like to exude, the freeness, the self-love that you need on the inside. This book assists you in creating the shift inside of your mind. These are the most powerful affirmations that I used when I was living in my car and I didn't know how I would get out of the situation, and things just kept getting worse and worse. You know how bad news comes in threes, and it was just like one thing after another, just more and more and more. It was just bad. And I started feeling like I was falling down a well and like I was trying to pull myself up on the rocks, and the rocks were slippery, and I would get a few feet up and then I would just fall back down and the rocks would fall all over me. And I felt battered by life, and I didn't know when I would come out of it. You know, I was living in my car. People were, it was awful. It was awful. It was one of the hardest experiences of my life. Because I was making videos when I fell down into that situation. And instead of, like how we were talking about the ways that we treat women, instead of me receiving empathy or that thing from the public at large, there were attacks and people who were, it was just weird. It was just weird. And things just kept getting worse and worse. And I needed to be able to create a shift from the inside. And the affirmations in this book helped me do that and helped me rise and soar past the place that I was at before. Before I fell down, I was at a certain level. After doing this book and doing the affirmations in this book, I broke past the ceiling that I had in my life, the limitations that I felt. And I rewired my whole subconscious programming and rewired myself for abundance. This book is amazing. It's a $20 book. You can buy it on Amazon. The links to the book are below. Get the book. There's so many people. Read the reviews. Read what this is doing for people's lives. It really does shift your life. I love this book. I can't stop singing its praises. I want everybody to have this book. That's why I made it available on Amazon. So get this book and then let me know what the book has done in your life. I love to hear the stories of shift and change, because listen, anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. It's available for you. You are not meant to struggle in this life. You are not meant to struggle. That's my spiel on that. So there are several ways that you can support the show. You can become a monthly subscriber. You can send a Cash App or PayPal. The links to that are below. You can write in notes, letters. You can send me stories. There's so many things that you can do. You can subscribe to my mailing list, which is at TanyaTKO.com. You just click on the button for subscribe, and then you're in like Flynn. All right. So listen, everybody, thank you so much for coming out. I appreciate you all. I appreciate all of the love. Thank you to the people who sent the Cash Apps while we were on this broadcast here. And I appreciate all of you. You all are telling me the background looks amazing. I'm getting some more messages with some more links. If we need to do a follow-up story, we will. There's so many stories that I want to do. There's so many stories that I want to do. So let's just stay on top of it and get these stories cranked out. All right. I love you all. I love you all. Continue to tune in for the live broadcast. Thank you all for calling. You all make the show, and I'll see you all in the next video. All right, Tanya TKO, and I'm out. Go out there and love one another, but most importantly, what? Love yourself. Love yourself. And part of loving yourself, what is the self-love lesson here? I can't even think of a self-love lesson in this story. You know what? I'll say this. Part of loving yourself is, listen, oh God, I can't think of the self-love lesson in this story. Part of loving yourself is, I would say, taking care of your offspring, because your offspring are an extension of yourself. Taking care of your offspring, especially when they're defenseless and they can't take care of themselves. And if this is foul play, loving yourself is removing yourself from a situation. It would have been better for the child to be in foster care than to be dead. Remove yourself from the situation. If you feel that you're going to do something harmful, hurt yourself or other people, get the help that you need. There's help available. Oh gosh, this is just awful. If you all can think of another self-love lesson from this situation, I want to hear it. That's what I came up with on the fly. All right. Oh, Renee is saying part of loving yourself is staying away from monsters and protecting the babies. Okay. If you see red flags, I can co-sign that. I can co-sign that. However, I don't want to place the blame on the external parent when the person who is doing the abuse is the one who is to blame. You know what I mean? The only person responsible for abuse is the abuser, right? So, oh, yes. I will see you all in the next video. Thank you all so much. Peace. Good night. Good night.